Hi guys, I'm More, and today I want to talk to you guys about 12 things that you should be keeping private. And I know we live in a time where everything is pretty much public. We're always posting on our social medias, on our stories. We're pretty much telling everybody all of our business at all times. And I feel like there's something really powerful about keeping some things just to ourselves or to a really close circle of friends. So that's why I wanted to put together this list for you. Lately, I feel like I've been really trying to do this for myself, and sometimes I see people just talking about their business publicly and I'm just like, girl, no, be quiet. You don't need to be telling everybody all of that. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel by clicking down there. And yeah, let's get started. Thing number one. All right, this one might seem really obvious and that's why I just want to put it first, but at the same time it's not. So for the first one, finances. And you guys might be like, well, that's obvious. You don't want to be telling people how much you make. It's kind of like in poor taste. And I think it is in poor taste, but honestly, I don't only mean finances when you say, oh, I make this amount of money. I also mean finances when you're telling people just about how much you're spending with this thing that you're doing, or how much whatever you just bought cost, or how much anything is. And I think talking about finances can be a really good thing, but I don't think it necessarily has to be around concrete numbers. Just keep it vague. And you never want to be that person who's out here just boasting about, ooh, I just bought this and I just did that. And I think that's something that's really, really common to see, especially when we're talking about social media. People are just posting about these lives that they're living and they might not even be real. And doing that can actually be really detrimental. Not only can it lead to people feeling a certain way about you, and that can come in the sense of envy, or it could also come in the sense of entitlement, as in, well, if this person is spending this much on fancy dinners every day, why isn't this person like treating me when we're out? That could be like a friend who starts to feel this way. There's honestly nothing good that comes from, oh, look at me, I make so much money. And if you look at it from the other side of, well, maybe you're just venting and you're saying, oh, I'm not making as much money as I want to make, that person that you're venting to is probably not in the position to help you in any way, and they might even feel good about the problems that you're having. It sounds really bad, but there are people like this in this world. So I would just keep things quiet. Don't give out numbers. And if you are in a very blessed scenario where you started doing good for yourself, I don't know, you invested in Bitcoin or something, don't show off with that. Don't show off. Don't be telling people that you bought a $100,000 car or I don't know how much. They don't need to know that. Just be happy and live with your car or whatever it is that makes you happy. Number two, your next move. This is a mistake that I see so many people making, and usually people will tell random people, I don't know, friends, but honestly a lot of the times just like people in their lives that they're not necessarily close to, they'll tell them what things they have coming up for them or what their goals are or what their plans are. And I think a lot of the times they do this just to be like, oh, look at me, like as a way to show off, but also a lot of the times just to like feel like if they do this, like if they tell people, it's gonna hold them accountable. If that's the case, if you feel like you can't hold yourself accountable without telling other people, that is something that you really, really need to work on ASAP. Because moving in silence is powerful. You need to have your own goals, work towards them, but don't let people know what you're doing. When you tell people about your goals, they will give you opinions, and those opinions might be good, but they also might be bad. And they can make you question and second guess what it is that you want to do. And you don't need that. If it's your goal, you're the one that's working towards it. You don't need anybody's opinion. You just need to do what you want to do. Number three, juicy bits from your life. Anything that you think is juicy that might be in different areas of your life, keep it private. Now, I'm not saying that you have to just be like top secret, nobody can know about me, like I don't talk to anyone. No, I think it's good and it's healthy to have a close circle of friends and people that you can trust, people that you can talk to. However, there are some things that you just shouldn't be saying to everybody. You need to have your really close circle that you can trust, and that way you won't be blabbing on about things that it's nobody's business to random people that really have no business knowing your juicy life. Number four, your fears. And I don't know if it's because now we're like so open to online, but I feel like I know a lot of people's fears that I don't really know them like that. I don't know them on that level. Maybe I just like follow them casually, or I've seen them here and there a couple of times, and it's because they've shared this with the world. And fears are a very intimate thing, or a very personal thing, and it's something that sadly can even be used against you. I feel like I'm sounding like Law and Order as SBU. But honestly, it can be used against you if it's a person that's ill-intentioned. And there's no reason. You gain nothing from telling this to other people. Of course, if you're getting to a more intimate level with someone, let's say you just started dating someone and you guys are getting to that intimate level, of course, it makes sense to talk about your fears and your hopes and all these things. But just talking about them with like random people or with people that aren't that close to you, maybe like an acquaintance, that is unnecessary and that should be kept private. Number 5, good deeds. So in general, when I was thinking of these things that should be kept private, I am thinking of things that definitely shouldn't be on social media. And I think good deeds is one of them. And I love people that do different things and good deeds and they post them and they do them. And I follow different sites and I love them where people do like charity work and it's good deeds and you can like donate to them. And I love that these things exist because they've done so much good that wouldn't have been done in the past without like these new platforms like TikTok or even YouTube where you could donate to people that are in impoverished places. But I'm thinking of very specific scenarios and I'll tell you about this that I actually saw. I saw it on like a small Facebook group that I'm on and it was like for my community, and there was this person who was standing like doing their job and someone comes up to them and they're gonna bring them a water bottle, right? So I'm just gonna like hand this person a water bottle, but instead of handing them the water bottle, this person goes, sets up their phone. The phone is filming, so you could see, because they didn't cut the video or anything, you could see where they set up the phone, make sure they're in frame, go back and give the person a water bottle. That is the most unnecessary thing. If you want to be a kind stranger and give this person that was doing their job a water bottle, just give them a water bottle. You don't need to make a show. You don't need to set up a phone to film yourself, to post it on social media. You don't need social media points when you do a good deed. And I actually think it makes you look bad when you do that. So if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna do a good deed, if you're gonna donate, if you're gonna do charity work, just do it. Don't feel the need to tell everyone about it. I do think it's great when people talk about it and invite other people to do more charity work and to do more good deeds. But if you're only doing it to post about it, and if you only do it when you post it, I just think that should be kept private. Number 6, politics. Oh, this one might be controversial. I don't know. I'm not saying that you can't talk about these things. I'm not saying that you can't have conversations about like the state of the world and whatever your views are. I'm not saying that at all. However, I do think that you need to kind of read the room and not just give anyone at any time your views. Because honestly, you never know if those people agree with you. I've had this happen to me plenty of times where I've gotten views that I don't agree with and people just feel free to give me like a whole speech about it. And I'm just like, what do I do with this information? And it's happened to me with people that aren't like the closest in my life, but where they're close enough to where I've been surprised. I'm just like, oh, Personally, I don't let these things affect my relationships with people, but you never know how the other person might take it when we're talking about these issues that people have really strong beliefs in. So it's just better to keep it private. Number 7, your medical information. I can think of a few times where I wish I would have gone back and been like, please don't tell me this. I don't know why some people feel the need to disclose their personal information to just like random people. And that is something that I really think you should just keep private because it doesn't affect anything at all. It doesn't affect the relationship. It doesn't affect what's going on. It can affect the way someone sees you. You never know what's going on inside people's heads. So it's just something that literally under law is kept private. So just embrace it. Keep it private as well. Number 8, any fight with your partner. Obviously, it makes sense that if you're tense, you want to confide in someone, and you should have people that you can confide in that are really close to you, that are really close friends. But you need to be really careful with how those conversations go, because at the end of the day, it's very likely that you'll end up making up with your partner, being happy, but the way that other person in your life sees your partner might completely change based on what you're telling them. So it's something to think about. Number 9, family drama. It's kind of similar to the issue with your partner. However, family drama just has like this extra layer where it's more people, and you don't want to be telling just anyone these true issues that you're having. Family problems have a very real impact in your life. And again, the person you're venting to might not be able to help you out at all and might even be happy that you're having this issue. Number 10, other people's secrets. I don't know why, but sometimes people think that to bond with someone else, the best thing they could do is share a secret. And this secret ends up being somebody else's. And that is a terrible, terrible idea. Not only are you betraying the original person, but you're coming to this new person with this idea of secrecy. And at least for me, the first thing I think about is like, oh my gosh, if this person treats their other friends like this, where they're already giving out their secrets, how would they treat me as a friend? So the best thing that you could do is if someone confides in you, keep that private. Number 11, religion. Very similar to politics, is something that people can just get very heated about. And again, I'm not saying to not talk about your beliefs or not talk about the things that you think are important in this world, because that's something you should definitely be able to express. Just be careful and be mindful of who you're expressing this to. Maybe work cocktail hour or social media is not the best place for it. And finally, number 12. This one is specifically for things that should be kept private and off social media, and that is embarrassing moments. So I think any good, like, funny, embarrassing story is fine, and you can even say the story, depending on how bad it is, to like a random person. It'll be like a funny story and people will kind of forget about it and move on. However, social media never forgets. The internet will keep it alive forever. So if there's evidence from this very embarrassing moment, if there's a picture, if there's a video, if there's a moment that you think you might want someone not to see, and that might be now or in 30 years, a future employer, your future mother-in-law, whomever, don't post it online. Keep that private. Be happy it happened. Maybe show it to your closest friends on your phone. Be like, oh, here it is. You can see it, but you can't keep it, because the internet has the best memory ever. But yeah, you guys, those are some of the things I think should be kept private. Let me know if I missed any. What do you think? What are your opinions? And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.